Let's get into this topic a little bit more about if you have multiple careers.
The problem is in our business, most guys just never were educated in business. That's my benefit. That's the one thing I bring to the table that nobody else has. Well, not nobody. Most of these guys on TikTok don't have, right? I got the fortune of getting to go to college, not just go to college for philosophy or whatever, or math, I went for entrepreneurship. I went to learn how to start and run a business. Like that's what I went to school for. And the problem is that if you do not create systems, the way that McDonald's has and the way that all of these big companies that you see, the Starbucks, you name them, and they've got systems in place to manage those employees. And if you don't have systems that are good systems, then you're always going to want to downsize. Like it's never going to be smooth. And even if you have systems, it's still going to be rough because it's really hard to make a perfect system. Because if you could make a perfect system, well, then you pretty much got it all figured out. And so really what you want to do is make a system that can consistently change and improve itself, right? And then, of course, you still have to find people to work within the system. But in business, one of the theories they talk about, or at least I learned studying McDonald's, is that the key to McDonald's success is they've made the systems so detailed, so refined, that the better the system is, like the easier the system is to replicate, the less they have to pay their employees and the less skilled their employees have to be. And that sounds crazy, but if the burger's already pre-pattied, you don't have to worry about an employee give them the wrong size burger patty out. So they make their patties done before they ever go, right? And so your job as a business owner is to find out all the ways you can standardize your processes. And if you can do that, then you can grow a business. And I've been doing this for 17, almost 18 years now, and I'm not looking to downsize. I'd like to double, triple. Now, right now, the employee market is not there, but there's other ways around it. When there's problems, you got to find solutions. I mean, guys, and I'm not saying everybody has to grow a big business. Like, there's absolutely nothing wrong with being a one guy in a mower and making a good living and being happy about it. If you're happy, you're happy. But if you're here trying to grow a business, if you're a young guy thinking, I'm going to start a business and get rich, then you better start building systems and documenting your systems and improving your systems and training your staff on those systems, because without systems, your business is nothing. And like if you talk to anybody who's grown a big successful company, especially the ones who've sold it off and made a bunch of money, they're going to tell you that systems were a huge part. Now, there might be a few guys who built a big business and kind of lucked out, didn't have systems in place, but found really good employees. Well, guess what? A really good employee bypasses a system, but a really good system can address poor employee issues. So, I mean, there's no right or wrong, right? Nobody's doing it right or wrong necessarily, but if you're trying to grow and it's not working for you, or if you've been growing for years and years and years and you've not had success, and you want to grow still, sometimes you get old, man, and it's not worth it, But if you're still young, I'm still pretty young. I see myself doing this probably another 30 years. I'm not going to stay stagnant for 30 years. We're going to grow for 30 years. By the time I'm done, hopefully it's some empire. Seeing how it's grown so far, it'll probably be a very small empire, but it'll still be my own little empire. You know what I mean? And so I'm doing it with systems. And by systems are simply little things like an attendance policy, clocking in. How do you, when you go to a customer to the job, what does the crew leader do? Like, what is everybody's responsibility? Is it written out? Who's doing what? Who's calling the customer ahead of time? Who's ordering the materials ahead of time? Are you going to pick the materials up from the supplier before the job? All of those answers to those questions should be a part of your system. And it should dedicate or delegate somebody to be in charge or some way of doing things so that nobody has to guess or question how it's done. And then you don't have to manage these guys all the dang time because the system's in place to manage them. And now you can grow a business. Voila.